The big ending of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, the big reunion that everyone was waiting for, the conclusion of Rick and Michonne's story, there's an option for a season 2, the big destruction of the entire leadership of the CRM, it was so rushed, or it makes sense for Rick and Michonne's ending. Let's make the review and recap about this last episode. We have a lot of things to say, and if you wanna know, let's go. Hello everyone who watching this beautiful channel. My name is João Victor and I'm here, I'm back. Probably the last video making a review about The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, the Rick and Michonne spin-off. We have been doing this weekly and now there's the finale, but they don't call this the finale. They are calling just episode 6, so it makes sense for a season 2 or not. Let's talk about it. Let's explain everything about the episode. But yeah, don't forget to give the like, don't forget to subscribe on my channel. I will keep doing an entire coverage about the Walking Dead universe. And there we go, I have to say my first words. We have a final episode that really concludes the story in a better way than the main show, with the most satisfying reunion of all, leaving some clues, some gaps, so they can continue this story, they can go to a season 2, or they can end everything here. The beginning of the episode works like a teaser cutting their farewell dialogues that they really filmed. I mean, this scene, the kiss scene, was filmed as a scene where Rick say goodbye to Michonne and they have a lot of dialogue, so they cut the conversation here to keep it faster, and I think it works so we can see the CRM base and talking about this conversation between Rick and Thorne. Rick returning there after the helicopter crash makes no one doubt about his loyalty, because if he wanted to escape he would just run away since he was declared dead. Rick's attitude here was completely unpredictable for the CRM, and it works for Rick. But going to Thorne's perspective in the scene, she shows here that she is increasingly aligned with the CRM, including going against the Okafor statement at the beginning. I think this conversation shows Rick that Thorne is like a lost cause. She will be aligned to the CRM no matter what happens. And there we go to Michonne's perspective, going inside Jadis' apartment. There we have a lot of reference. She died as an artist. In the last episode she said she wanted to die as an artist, and here we have the proof that she did it. But I have to say, until I got there, I was really doubting about this document, this dossier that Jadis left. Inside I was really thinking she was lying. She wasn't supposed to be capable to destroy Alexandria and everything, but this scene is the proof that she was capable. I mean, when we see the letter, we can understand that she not only gave the information about the location, the names and everything, but in this letter, basically she's trying to convince everyone from the CRM who get this letter to destroy the Rick's family, to destroy Alexandria. We can see the messages there. She's saying the necessity of their destruction. She wrote every word to convince the CRM. But going to Rick's first talk with Major General Bill, here begins the sequence of major revelations and development of the character and the CRM in the episode. Major General Bill highlighting that the CRMs like zombies, they go around killing others, but in that case they do this to save the humanity. In that case it will be for something necessary. The phrase here, the sword that kills is the sword that gives life, it repeats like 3 or 4 times in this episode, and it is very important so we can understand how crazy this guy is. I mean, he wants to save the humanity by killing humans. What is the point here? It don't make sense, but for him it makes sense. We have a long talk, around 15 minutes of Major General Bill talking to Rick, and we can see that basically their vision is to save only their community. They want to return the world the way it was, but they want to do this alone. They are so selfish. They need every resource of all the communities around the world, around the United States, so they are planning to kill everyone, to kill every settlement. A lot of revelations to Rick, but we also have a revelation coming from Rick. When Bill asks what's the worst thing he did to save someone he loves, and he confirms that when he killed Joe, I think it was in season 5, he killed the guy using the teeth. But also back to Bill, there we can understand that the main villain of this show was never just one person, because we used to see and expect a standard villain figure. But here the big villain is the CRM, the idea. I mean, in this episode we can see that Bill dies. He dies so early. I understand that we really needed more development, it felt so rushed, but with his death the CRM don't die. Here we can understand that Bill grew up in Pittsburgh, and at the age of 15 he had his jaw broken by his father and he left home, finding a job with the military. But around 18 years old he decided to fight with the military. But the explanation here is that the military raised it. He was basically formed by the military. Also, there's a reference here to the first season of The Walking Dead when he says about the Fort Benning, the base in Georgia that Rick and his group, they almost made it there. I won't repeat everything that Bill said here, okay, I will make a video about the details and reference, but the main point is that Bill here unknowingly motivates Rick to destroy the CRM. He motivates and teaches why he have to destroy to live with his family. He did it when he revealed that they are pretending to destroy every community inside America. It means they were supposed to destroy Alexandria, Hilltop, even Commonwealth. Rick didn't know about Commonwealth here, but it's basically they were supposed to destroy all the communities. And there Rick comes to understand the need for not accept that, but rather destroy that place. And yeah, this scene remembered me about Rick on season 5 of The Walking Dead, the main show. Scott Gimple promises that we were supposed to see this in this show. In his face here, his hair, killing with no mercy and without the fear for the consequence. It is so similar to Rick from season 5. Also, there's another scene that we can see Rick from season 5 again. It was when Rick kills the soldier, the frontliner. He killed this guy with several punches, filling his face with blood, so it's very similar. And this episode shows the end of Major General Bill. We see he as a zombie, and that's the only thing that bothered me in this episode. I think if they were supposed to kill Bill in the last episode, they needed to develop him in the last episode, instead of Jadis, for example. But I think it don't destroy the meaning of this episode, don't destroy the experience here. My experience was so nice, was so satisfying to watch it, mostly because of the end. I will be back to it, but first I have to say, by seeing this resolution for Bill's body, I realized the creativity of the script. In my biggest dreams or theories about this last episode, I wouldn't even imagine they will decide to do this. And also this scene when they connect the walkers to the grenades to destroy every soldier. I also saw a lot of people asking about the prosthetic, why Rick left his prosthetic arm here, but we have an explanation and I liked it. Rick decided to leave it because it doesn't mean his sacrifice for his family, but rather his sacrifice for the CRM. The moment in the first episode when he decided to leave for the CRM because he lost his hope for his family. So that prosthesis means everything that it's the dirtiest about the CRM. That's why Rick just left it. But there we go to the explosion. This scene surprised me. One of the first scenes when we can see the large scale of the CRM soldiers, they're seated, they reunited to something, and there's the explosion. They blowed every frontliner, they blowed 10% of the entire military of the CRM. Also, there's a misunderstanding here. People are thinking they already destroyed the CRM, but no. We have this main character protection here. They survived the explosion just using water and this blanket. I don't know what is it. I mean, this is really supposed to protect people from the gas and from the fire, but from the pressure of the explosion, the impact, I don't think so, but okay. It also didn't destroy my experience with this episode because the fighting scenes are better than the episode 5. The sensation here when you don't know if Rick's gonna die, if Michonne is gonna die, because this is the last episode, everything could happen. We watch all the episodes and the fight fights in the last ones, waiting for the protection of the main characters, but this is the last one, and everything is supposed to happen here. I mean, this explosion surprised me, also scared me, and I'm so happy that he survived. I basically think Rick and Michonne surviving is the second biggest highlight here in this episode, but don't forget, Thorne didn't die. Okay? If you watch The Walking Dead for years like me, you can understand that if there's no body, there's no death. And I think they can make she return for the second season as the main villain, or to help the main villains. I mean, the Mason Bill, the Major General's son that we saw in World Beyond, he's still alive also. But okay, they won. They won this frontliners of the CRM, this dirty side and the leadership. 10% of the soldiers they destroyed, they killed, and we can understand that they delivered all the information to the Philadelphia. The information here says that the council voted to carry out supervision over the remaining CRM force, but there's a lot of remaining soldiers. I don't think it will be that easy, but there we go to the last scene. The scene everyone was waiting for years, since the Walking Dead finale. Sometimes since Rick left The Walking Dead in 2018, and it is so satisfying to watch. I'm a big fan of this show, and the experience here almost made me cry. That's the biggest highlight of this episode, the biggest highlight of The Walking Dead since like 4, 5, 6 years. The AMC and the production showing that they knew what the crowd expected. The hug between Rick and Judith was so strong to see, but the climax, I think it was when Rick looks to RJ. Andrew Lincoln delivers a lot of acting here. It was so emotional to see. This scene reminded me about Carl. It reminded me that Rick have another chance to have another son. He lost Carl in this show, in the episode. He mentioned Carl a lot of times, and his new son can carry on his legacy, and this is so exciting. Basically, we have an episode that confirmed that the years of waiting for Rick Grimes were worth it, explaining everything about his and Michonne's journey, ending in the Sex Factory way with the moment everyone was waiting for. Yeah, we have problems such Bill's low development, but I think it was completely overshadowed by Rick and Michonne's survival and their reunion. The purpose here was a love story, and not just the love between Rick and Michonne, but the love story of this family that comes together, and as they said in the last episode of The Walking Dead, we are the ones who live. That's the meaning of this, and it is so satisfying to watch. I really don't know if there will be a season 2, I hope so, but there's a good conclusion. Now I want to see Rick's reunion with Daryl and with the other people, but The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live is the best spin-off of The Walking Dead so far, for me, my opinion. But put yours in the comment. Tell me what you think. Don't forget to give the like, don't forget to subscribe. I will keep doing videos about The Walking Dead universe. Now, in this year, in 2024, we still have Daryl Dixon season 2, and we have a lot of shows to talk about, not only about The Walking Dead. So there we go, I'll be back, and bye.